Episode 4, and we're already drinking wine, so.
Yeah, well, it's Sunday.
Right, exactly. That makes complete sense to everyone. Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to record a podcast, we're going to drink wine, and it's Sunday.
Yeah.
What are we drinking?
We are drinking Mason number 9.
Is it Mason or Maison?
Probably Mason.
Maison.
Because it's a French rosé.
I looked it up. It's actually, like, from France.
Oh, it's like legit.
Like, legit. Not like, you know, one of those things that were like, oh, it's French, but it's really...
It's really not.
From Carlsbad, California.
Oh,
Yeah.
And it's Post Malone's.
Yeah. It's like, the bottle's cool.
The bottle is really cool.
Everything about it's awesome.
You know what I don't like about the bottle?
Huh.
It does not fit in our wine fridge.
That's right. You have a big issue with the fact that we can't... we have a wine fridge that Jen keeps her rosés, and we like this rosé, but the problem is it's too long.
It's too long.
So it has to sit in our normal fridge.
Yeah.
Like, who do we think we are? Wine in a normal fridge? How dare us?
It's really first world problems, but, you know.
It's when we heard it was Post Malone's, we originally were like, ew.
I didn't think it was going to be
Post
good.
Malone, you don't think flavorful. Well, you think flavorful, but the wrong flavors.
Definitely not a French rosé.
No, but it's good.
I think like, Bud Light.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
But this is legit.
This is pretty good.
All right. This is our first episode where we're not talking about Disney. So for those who were like, ugh, when are they going to be done with Disney?
Yeah, no more Disney.
Good news, we are. That doesn't mean we don't want to still beg you, though, to review us or share our podcasts.
Yes.
5 stars.
Yes, only good reviews.
Only good reviews. If you haven't followed us on Instagram, it's Our Savings starts tomorrow. But we're going to talk about Cabo San Lucas, a place that I have either been to many times or never before. I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh, I can't with you. We've been there 2 times, and yet every time you think that we've been there many, many times.
How many times then have we been to Puerto Vallarta?
We've never been to Puerto Vallarta.
Cancun.
Never been to Cancun.
Interesting.
Not even
on a cruise?
Not even on a cruise, because you were trying to convince me the
Yes.
other night as we were talking about this podcast that we had been to Cabo on a cruise.
We got off the cruise ship and we went to Cabo Wabo.
That was not in Cabo. Oh my gosh.
This was actually, so when almost every trip we've ever planned, you and I like to have some wine.
Yep.
A few bottles. Get out the old American Express. And then we book a trip. We just booked a trip to Maui doing that.
Yes. It's because it gives me anxiety to spend money,
much money
on a trip. And so I've got to take the edge off.
Yeah. And so this one, though, is one of the few trips we did not drink before booking.
Yes.
Success, or should we say it was a failure because we were sober?
No, success.
Okay. Yeah. We went for a wedding. So
Yes.
that's why we booked it.
Yes.
We had good friends who were getting married. And originally they planned for June. And then because of the pandemic, they moved it to December. So we went mid-pandemic to Cabo.
Yes. And I would definitely go back in December.
Would you?
It was
The weather
very
was nice.
It was very nice. The last time we went to Cabo was like 13 years ago, and we went in August, and it is
So hot.
very
So
hot
hot.
in
It was terrible.
August.
Yeah. We hid in the room mostly.
Yes.
We'd go out and have an hour of sun and then hide in the room with air conditioning for multiple hours.
Plus, where we live where it snows.
Yeah.
So December was a nice little break from.
I think you need to be honest, though, and tell everyone how you're not a Mexico fan. Like, that way everyone understands where we're coming from as we start to talk about Cabo.
I know. Full disclaimer: I'm not a Mexico fan. Nothing against Mexico.
No, it sounds like it.
I love everything that Mexico brings.
You like Mexican food.
I love Mexican
Right,
food.
exactly.
I love tequila.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I think my mother scarred me for Mexico. I know my mom was so cool about so many things, and we grew up in Southern California, and her one thing was, I do not go to Mexico. Anyways, I am just scared to death of being kidnapped by a drug cartel.
And she's not exaggerating. Like, if you think, oh, that's just something she's saying for the podcast. No. Like, we've been dating since high school, and I used to try to get you to go down to Mexico or Tijuana. And it's like the one place, the one thing. And even when we got married and we were adults, you still never wanted to go to Mexico.
I know.
In fact, when we traveled here this time, you were still afraid of the cartel.
I know. And we
For
stayed
no
at a very
reason.
nice resort.
Yes, the resort picked us up.
And, and every time afterwards, I'm like, okay, that was very nice, very safe. We should totally go back. And even now, I'm like,
I don't know. I don't want to get kidnapped by a cartel.
I know. I'm a crazy person.
I grew up going to Mexico. Beach camped on Ensenada. And then went down to Tijuana a few times in college. So that's my experience with Mexico. But 13 years ago was the first time we went. And we stayed at was it the Royal Solaris?
Yes.
It was nice.
It was
all
nice.
inclusive. The food was fine.
The guacamole.
They had that chip and guacamole bar.
I mean, I think that we just gained 10 pounds just
all we
because that's
ate.
all we ate.
Yeah.
We just ate chips and guacamole.
It was like in the middle of the pool. Not like in the middle of the pool. Like that would be soggy chips.
No.
But like next to the middle of the pool.
Yes.
And it was just always fresh chips and fresh guacamole.
I know.
And it was the best.
That was really good.
That's the time when we went in August and it was very hot.
Very.
We were talking about. I did look it up though. Royal Solaris has 4 out of 5 stars on TripAdvisor.
Yeah.
So.
And I think that they've renovated it since
okay.
we've been there and have like a really cool kids area too. I mean, 13 years ago we didn't have children,
We
but
didn't even look at that.
Nope.
Yeah. If you think that you want to go to Cabo to jump in the ocean and swim around.
First of all, if you do, you're a weirdo. No one really likes swimming in the ocean. It's gross.
It's salty. It makes you itch.
Yes.
It's dirty.
It is dirty. People poo in there.
People poo in the pool.
Well, they shouldn't poo in the pool. They'll close down the pool.
Right.
But it's just, yeah.
Also,
it's sandy. You get sand everywhere.
And it's just weird. Like, Cabo's not good for beach swimming. And there are some places where you can surf in Cabo, but I'm telling you, like, half the time they have warnings out about the riptide. Actually, we have a buddy who was just there who's a lifeguard, and he had to go out and save someone because of the riptide.
And we saw the video. It was gnarly. And also, I think when we went in August, jellyfish.
Yeah, so they were saying don't go
in the water
there. And then this time around, there was only like one special cove when we were staying at the Paradisus. Mm-hmm. They're like, you can go here, but don't go anywhere else.
Right.
Because the rip current will get you.
Also, it's dangerous.
What's dangerous?
To be on the beach.
Because the cartel will take you? Is that why? There's like vendors always walking around the beach, and you like, won't look them in the eye. I don't know what's going on. Not that you think you're better than them. It's just you're scared of them.
I am.
And they're just normal people.
I know, trying to make a living.
Yes.
But you know what? I also am there and I'm on vacation and I don't want to buy bracelets or...
I heard, though, one of those masseuses out there on the beach was like really good. But you had to go into like some hut and you have to follow this person. And
yeah, to never be seen again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Before you go to Mexico, we did learn some stuff that you need to pack ahead of time.
I always bring our own sunscreen.
Yeah.
I just don't want to. One, I don't want to spend extra money buying sunscreen at the shops at the hotel. Mm-hmm. I also don't want to buy some weird off-brand. And then also, I know that people love to go to Mexico for the farmacia.
Yes.
But I personally like to bring my own medicine
In
with
fact,
me.
we had a suitcase full of medicine for both times we've gone to Mexico.
I know.
Like, you pack so much stuff. We go to Costco. We don't even go through that stuff in a year, but somehow you bring it for our 5-day trip down to Mexico.
I know, but I'm like, what if, God forbid, we get a sniffle? I need some Dayquil. I need some NyQuil.
Yeah.
We got to take ibuprofen.
Yes.
Because drinks will be had, and I probably will have a headache.
Or a bad sunburn.
Or
maybe some poops happen.
You got to take some anti-diarrhea.
Yeah.
Remember what happened last time?
I drank water that I wasn't supposed to. I had been drinking pretty hard. This was 13 years ago. And
oh, like that would change like now.
And I drank some water I wasn't supposed to. And
in the shower.
I know. I think they've changed it since then, the Royal Solaris.
You did like a total Sex in the City situation where you drank the shower water.
I thought like anything on the resort would be fine, but it was not.
No, they tell you not to drink the water.
There's like signs everywhere.
Yes.
Like, please don't drink the shower water. Mm-hmm. But I did. And I woke up in the middle of the night and it was terrible. And I didn't know how I was going to make it on the flight home. I was so scared because we were flying out the next day.
I know. I think I gave you like 2 anti-diarrhea medicines.
You gave me so much medication. I didn't go again for a week and a half. Like, that's what happened.
Anyways, you want to take it because just in case you pull a John,
yeah,
you're prepared.
we went to Cabo again because of a wedding, and we were talking about how, I mean, you and I got married young, and we got married kind of where we grew up, but I'd get married in Cabo.
Totally.
Like, it's beautiful.
If you're engaged or you're thinking about getting engaged, you need to get married in Cabo.
Yeah.
It's
a tropical paradise.
It's so
Gives
nice.
you those pictures.
Yes. And it was just perfect. Mm-hmm. Everything about it was perfect. And I was very close with the bride who got married. So I was doing a lot of helping with some of the behind the scenes stuff. And they just really took care of everything. It was just
And they had
awesome.
A beach wedding. So we didn't do it in the ocean, but we did it on the sand.
Yes.
And they set the whole thing up for everyone. Mm-hmm. And it was, I mean, the photos afterwards now, they had like a drone out there.
Also, who doesn't want to get married on a beach?
I know. Yeah.
Everyone does. You do.
The only problem was that there's no way to like clear out everything on the beach because, you know, it's public property.
Right.
And
it's Mexico's property.
Right. And there was this great dog the whole time we were there, and we'd go down to the beach sometimes and play some.
Great dog?
Well, it was at the beginning. We liked the dog, like very friendly dog, and we'd go down and, you know, play some beach games like volleyball and stuff and spike ball. But over time, the dog became more and more friendly, and we were like, shoo, go away. Like,
yes.
Stop. And then we're at the wedding, and I'm actually standing up there with the groom, and you're hanging out, and the bride's coming down, and she looks beautiful. And the music's playing, and she's walking. And then in the distance, we see that small dog, and the dog is just running full tilt, just coming at the bride as fast as possible. The bride, no one else, like the bride doesn't see.
Right.
The bride's dad doesn't see.
No, but we all
But the whole
saw
wedding
it.
saw. We're like, there's no way this is going to happen.
And she was so far away. There was no way that, because I thought about for a second, I'm like, could I just like book it towards this dog?
Yeah, she was like 200 yards away from where the beach was. It was a long walk.
Yeah.
And the dog got to the bride, grabbed her, was it the veil?
Yes.
And just tore it off of her head.
Yes.
Mid walking down the aisle. God bless her.
She took it like a champ.
She just laughed it off.
She laughed it off. She was great. And
you would have murdered the dog right then and there in front of the whole wedding party.
Oh my gosh, I really would have. And also, I wanted to still because I spent a lot of time steaming that veil for her. It was this long cathedral veil. I spent a lot of time on it.
I will say the wedding planner tried her best to get the veil back. So the wedding starts, right? And I'm trying to focus on the wedding, but all I can see is the wedding planner chasing the dog around the beach, trying to get that veil. Did she end up getting it?
Yes. And it's like ripped up.
Ruined.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we were at the wedding, we didn't stay at the Royal Solaris this time. We stayed at the Paradisus.
Yes.
Which was another all-inclusive.
Yes.
And because we were a part of the wedding party, we were members of the Reserve.
Which is like club level.
Yeah. I don't know if you have to... Can you pay for that, or do you have to be a part of their like vacation
No,
club?
I think you can pay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to do
It's
that.
worth it.
Oh my gosh.
It's so worth it. Don't cheap out.
I don't know if we would have liked it as much.
Have. No.
And because there's how many restaurants are at the hotel?
I think there were 7.
And because of the pandemic, there was only 4 open. And you know, it's all inclusive. Mm-hmm. There was a couple restaurants that were like meh, and a couple that were good. And then, but the one that was for the Reserve,
only for so you had to be this club level.
Yes.
Which again we didn't pay for. It was just part of the wedding.
It was called La Palapa, and it had the best view and the best food.
Yeah. In fact, the whole party ended up eating there.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Meal. No, we didn't go to the other restaurants once we realized how good this one was.
Actually, we didn't eat dinner there. You know that? We never ate dinner there.
Oh, really?
I know, and I wish we would have, but, you know, we were just trying out all the other places. But we had breakfast there every morning and lunch there every day.
By dinner, I was already going.
I
don't care. It has 4.5 out of 5 stars on TripAdvisor.
I would totally go back there.
Yeah, although... So we had an ocean view room. It was nice. It was like on the 3rd floor. You opened up and, you could see out to the water. And
Straight ocean view.
It was beautiful. But everyone else went and upgraded. And we didn't upgrade.
No.
And they were able to get these pool rooms. And so it was a ground level room. And you'd open up the sliding glass door. And they had like this long, narrow pool all the way down. So you could just step right into some water if you want to.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Meh. Look,
What did you like about it? It was so cool.
Okay, if you're going with a big group, I guess, and everyone had those.
Yeah, they were all next to each other.
It probably would be great to stay in that because then you just like open up your sliding glass door and then plop into the pool and like you've got your whole party and it's basically like a private pool.
Right.
But if you're going there just like with your family or just as a couple, I don't know because it's just like what you're in a pool with like other people. I don't know. Well, I'd rather have the ocean view.
No, I'd rather have I think there was something so unique. Like, when am I ever going to be able to have a room where I get out and get my own pool?
I don't know. How often do you open your window and see and hear the ocean?
You could still hear the ocean. You just couldn't see the pool part.
I want ocean.
To each their own. Also, the hotel was 15 miles from the airport, so it wasn't bad. It was quick.
No.
It was much better. When we went to the Royal Solaris, I forgot about this story. Was it when we were going? We got into like the cab that they told us to get into.
Yes.
And they were driving us there. And again, Jen's afraid of Mexico. And they pulled off the highway on this dirt road. And the guy's like, "Oh, we're having car trouble." And so now we're sitting there on a dirt road off the highway in Mexico. And now I'm starting to get scared because Jen's so nervous, thinking we're about to dig our own graves.
Yep.
And another car pulls up behind us.
And that's when I knew.
And it was an unmarked, it was just like a car.
Yep.
Like a Toyota Tercel or something. And I was like, this is it.
Yep, this is
We're
it.
going to get murdered.
Yep.
And they just had us get out, get in this other dude's car who drove us to the resort.
And like idiots, we did it.
I know. What are we're going to just start
I know.
running?
What are we going to do?
Yeah.
I know.
We just go along with it.
Yes.
So pay for transportation. Pay for transportation. Or have the resort get you transportation.
Yes.
We only went off the Paradisus once. We went to Flora Farms.
Oh my gosh. And I had never heard of this place before.
Cool.
But a bunch of the other wedding guests recommended it. And so we went in like a big group. Mm-hmm. It was way cool.
Yeah. It's, do you think it's one of those things where you should like, you share with other people or no? Like, small plates?
It's not small plates.
Okay.
But we all, gosh, how many people were with us?
Know, 15?
6,
oh.
8, 6 or 8 people. And we all got a entree. And then like everyone kind of took a bite of everyone's entree because it was so cool. It's a legit farm to table.
It's 25 acres. It's a working farm. And you can actually wander around the farm. So don't just go there and eat. Like, spend time.
Yeah, and they had some little shops that you could go into too.
You know how when you go on vacation, you feel like you can live somewhere? Mm-hmm. Like we've gone to Hawaii and we're like, oh, we can live in Hawaii or, anywhere. I felt that way even with Cabo when we were up at Flora Farms because they had all this real estate like on the farm where you could like rent or buy these cottages. Mm-hmm. And it was so cool.
I know. On the way there, I thought that we might...
Get murdered by the cartel. You have to do this weird drive up a hill.
On a dirt road. And it's like a little bit shanty, like as you're going through. And then all of a sudden it opens up into this paradise.
Yeah. Where there's animals wandering around. And,
yes. But it's also just very like LA cool.
Yeah. Would you, because people do weddings there.
Oh, that would be cool.
Would you do that or would you do the beach?
Beach.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful, but I would still go for the beach.
Yep.
If we had to. Also, there was the turtle conservation on the beach.
Yes, a turtle conservation and hatchery.
We have photos of that up on our Instagram.
So there's lots of hotels that join forces to help conserve and hatch little baby turtles, and so we just happened to be at a place that. It was like our hotel and the hotel next to them, I think, that did this. And one night...
It's magical.
They were hatching.
The whole hotel was out there watching these turtles hatch.
I had never seen baby turtles before.
Incredible.
They were so cute.
I know.
They kind of stinky, but they were so cute.
And we stared and watched for hours.
Yes. And like these guys were out there. It's dark. And they're digging. And
helping these turtles come out of their shell.
Yes.
And then they save them, and there's birds everywhere.
Yes. But they're in like a caged area, so.
Yeah, it's worth it just for that. Also, one quick other story about the bride. Not only did the dog attack her, because we're already at 20 minutes, and we want our podcast to be 20 minutes.
Yes.
But she really wanted to go horseback riding on the beach. If you've ever been to Mexico, you know that you can ride horses on the beach.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people out there with horses. Sounds magical. Yeah. And she got on the horse and she started to ride it, and she fell off.
She fell off the horse.
While it was like going.
Yes.
Like galloping.
She hurt herself.
Oh, yeah. How can you not?
I know.
And there's no medical help.
No. And she didn't want to get back on the horse, but she was like 2 miles from the hotel still. And so she had to get back on the horse. Anyways, this poor girl. But you know what? She's a trooper.
It was a great wedding. It was really fun.
Anyways, you need to get married in Cabo.
Mm-hmm.
Not you.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I was
married.
like, this is weird, but okay.
Yes. No, you, the listener, you.
That's Cabo. Thanks for listening to our 4th episode. And if you haven't done so yet, follow us on Instagram. Review us. Anything else we need to beg for?
No.
Tell a friend.
Yeah, tell a friend.
Tell 2 friends. And then they'll tell 2 friends.
Yep.
It's like an MLM. It's going to work.